Hey guys, Divine Messages 333. I'm Lisa. Thanks for stopping by. If it's your first time, thanks for coming back if you've been here before. So today I have the Roast Iconic Oracle deck. It's a new deck I got recently. So some of these cards I'm going to need to use my book to decipher the message. I'm going to shuffle. First, we're going to call in protection from all seven directions, spirit guides, ancestors that are for our greatest and highest good, yours and mine. I'm just going to start taking some of these cards now. North, south, east, west, above, below, and from within. I'm asking for protection for our higher self, from our spirit guides. The angels, ascended masters. I'm feeling guided. I'm calling in the highest vibrations, asking our angels to watch over us and protect us. Not only us, but our loved ones, our space, as well as our pets, and those who are the closest to us. Please bring us a message of clarity, guidance. It's very quiet. It's so quiet. You might be feeling quiet, or there may be a need to feel still, settle down. Maybe things have been rushing by, hectic, and you're needing more peace and stillness, either within yourself or even around you. That could be changing. Okay, so the first two that we came out were our trauma bond and the oracle. So let's start there. Hopefully I can get to these fast. I hope your new year, if you're celebrating this part of the year as a new year for you, I hope it's going well. If you celebrate later into the year as a new year, and this is still the end of this last year, I hope it's winding down for you. I hope you're getting prepared for new beginnings. Don't know why my throat's doing that. Trauma bond. I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that person is not your twin flame. Get out while you can. This is codependency at its most toxic. You may find comfort in old familiar wounds, but resist the temptation to make connections rooted in things that no longer serve you or support your healing. I'm getting that this is not just about like a romantic love, okay? Because we can have trauma bonds with friends, family members, people we meet in lots of different situations. Then we have the oracle. So this deck is very blunt. And sometimes that's what we need. But it's been calling to me. So maybe you're in need of some hard truths already. The oracle, you already know. Stop second and third guessing your intuition. Okay, you already know. You already know. That's kind of funny. You see these? I just want to point this out. See those stars in the eyes? I recently got a tattoo, and that's what it reminds me of, actually. Interesting. You may be seeing lots of stars. You may be seeing rainbows, a lot of rainbows. I'm feeling like full spectrum. Like you can see the full spectrum. It's not like you don't have tunnel vision. Your vision isn't narrow. It's you can see all now. When you couldn't see before. You maybe had some blind spots, or maybe you could only see certain shades of things. Maybe some things there were shadows over. Now it's like illuminated. When does the rainbow come out? It comes out after, like, the rainbow can come out after a storm, and the sun comes, like the skies, the cloud clears, and then there's like a rainbow, right? I feel like the yellow and the green are even wider than the other colors, and I feel like the yellow is like your joy. You're tapping into, I'm thinking of like the sun in the tarot deck, so you're tapping into more joy from within. You're gonna see more joy. I don't know if you've been around people that have been a little bit more like pessimistic or negative, downers. Maybe you'll be around more happier people, or people who are focusing more on their happiness versus the negative in their life. And then the green is wider. I feel like that you're going to be seeing more growth. There's going to be more growth. I feel like things are going to be more balanced out a little bit, like in the areas of your life, or some things that maybe were like overly, like maybe you were, I feel like maybe there were certain areas where they were in overdrive, and then some areas were like you were not as motivated or something. And I feel like there's going to be like balancing out throughout that. Okay, so this trauma bond. So this trauma bond, I think you're also going to notice. You're going to realize you've had some of your relationships that you're still involved with, interacting with. You are going to recognize, like, you may wonder, why am I friends with this person? Why are we still friends? Why do we still talk? Why, if things haven't even gone that great with these people or this person, why are they still around? You know? And I feel like it's for you to recognize that with some of these people, you may have a trauma bond. What do your conversations always go back to? If you guys drift apart, what brings you back together? I kind of feel, I'm kind of like, this heart looks beat up, right? And that's what you're bonding over, is your beat up hearts, and how you were feeling like trapped, locked down, caged, can't get out. And there's still like a lot of life. There's still like a lot in the heart that you know, this is a vibrant color of the heart. You know, it's and it's not red either. It's not like, you know, like this is a pink heart. I feel like this trauma bond is not necessarily with a romantic person. I feel like it's more like a friend or people that you haven't had a romantic connection with. I feel like this is more, you know, like you buy red roses for like a romantic person, and they say like, I don't know, yellow is for friendship, or I don't know what they're for, but like pink would be, I don't know what pink roses would represent. I don't know if it's like a more like a love but not romantic. You might want to like look that up, because I really feel like there's something to that, like the color pink, because it's not red, which we would traditionally a lot of times see. So I feel like you want to look at your friendships, and do you have trauma bonds within your friendships, and really use your discernment and examine those relationships. I'm not going to have this go on long, this reading. So on the bottom of the deck, we have privilege. And privilege, check yourself before you wreck yourself. Did you manifest it, or did you have advantages over others from different societal, racial, cultural, or economic backgrounds that gave you a head start? Interesting. I think you're going to have to think about this. I think this is something that you're supposed to take away. Another 2 decks are calling to me right now. I don't know why I just picked this deck up again, because I was just going to put these cards back, but what I'm looking at, I will read. Tinfoil hat. Okay, so we have rainbows again. We have another third eye. This one's in a triangle. Was the other one in the triangle? Okay, it wasn't in a triangle, although these rays... So let's see. Let's see what tinfoil hat has to say. Interesting. Tinfoil hat. Don't believe everything you think. Conspiracy theories are just that, theories. Does the situation at hand reflect reality? Do you have all the facts available to you, or just the ones that make your life easier? This makes me think of, some people might say, well, if you really want, like, somebody recently told me that they aren't really like buying into signs, okay? And that, if you really want something to go in a certain direction, you'll just start seeing that or hearing that, or it's like you're calling it in, but it's not calling you. It's not really a sign, is basically what someone recently was explaining to me about how they feel about things. This makes me feel like I need to look at this again. So I definitely feel like you are an intuitive person. I mean, well, we all are intuitive people, but I feel like your intuition is very strong, and you've been really like leaning into it, listening to it. But at the same time, you've obviously experienced trauma. The trauma bond card is here. You have experienced trauma. And I know, as someone who's also had experiences with trauma, it can leave us in a different state. Like, we can at times feel paranoid. We can at times second guess, question when we've received an answer multiple times. So you may need to really use your discernment. Is this really your intuition? Is this really your intuition telling you some stuff? You know what? I kind of get the feeling, though, that somebody else is trying to tell you this. Somebody else is trying to tell you, don't believe everything you... I feel like it's gaslighting. I feel like someone else is going to be gaslighting you. Telling you, this very intuitive person, don't believe everything you think. If you want to believe this is a sign for XYZ, your brain is just going to start seeing X, Y, and Z. Okay, and it's a very simple explanation. I feel like someone's going to be trying to gaslight you and talk you out of your intuition. That's what I feel like this is getting. And this is from someone who you shared a trauma bond with. Could be multiple people. I feel like this is going to be multiple people. So let's just get to the other two decks that have been calling to me. Yeah, I feel like that's what that's about. I don't feel like this is a message saying you don't believe your intuition. I feel like this is someone else telling you not to believe your intuition. Don't believe your intuition. Don't believe everything you think. Why do you think you know this stuff? Okay. Keep your commitments. I'm getting a feeling that something might bother you or drain you emotionally. You may be bothered emotionally, and you may want to not deal with life, basically, or what's going to come up. Okay. So we have reevaluate your priorities. Think things through. That's how you're going to do it. I also kind of feel like it goes back to the bowl in the beginning. It was real quiet. Reach for the stars. And like I said, there was something about these stars in the eyes, in the eye, okay? And strengthen your gifts. So don't listen to this person talking about, oh, you wear a tinfoil hat. No. You have a very strong intuition. Your third eye is seeing things. Look at all that. The spectrum is even greater than this. Okay, this is almost more narrow. This is like you see it all. And then you got this person coming in here going, oh, you sure? What do you believe in, like Bigfoot and aliens too? Don't believe everything you think. Don't think everything that comes to your mind is like, oh, there's something to this. Well, what if you did, though? What if you did think that? Experiment. Have an experiment. Okay? Don't go with your intuition for, a day, part of a day, I don't know, whatever you're willing to risk, right? And then only go with your gut for another equal amount of time that you didn't. And what worked better for you? How were you how were you feeling within yourself emotionally with your anxiety? Were you like second guessing everything? Was it making it even difficult to figure out what you want to eat? Because I feel like the more you ignore your intuition, that will seep into other areas, things where you don't even think of, listening to your gut, really, like, I don't know. I just feel like play around with it or don't, and just trust and believe. But if you are someone who is still like interacting with these relationships where you have these trauma bonds and these people are still able to gaslight you, then, and you question yourself and you question your intuition, then try an experiment. Don't let these people know you're doing it, because what you're doing then is you're letting them know that you're giving them power to the suggestions that they're putting over you. Okay? I suggest take your power back and believe in yourself and believe in what you're feeling, believe what's coming to you. If you speak to your angels, your guides, if you speak to the universe, Mother Nature, fairies, God, passed on loved ones, ancestors for your greatest and highest good. If you speak to, what the average person doesn't see, but you believe in and you trust, then ask for clarification. Ask, is this your truth? Is this your intuition? Are these people gaslighting you? Are they trying to pull the wool over your eyes? So I don't know, but that's what I'm getting, is that reach for the stars, reevaluate your priorities. How important are these relationships to you? If you benefit from these relationships in any way, are those benefits a priority? And if they are a priority right now, are they a priority that is in alignment with your path, your greatest and highest good, your purpose? Maybe it's not. Maybe you didn't think about that. Maybe you're like, I know in life this has to be a priority. This could bring me stability, or this could bring me, consistency, or whatever it is that you're looking for. And then another part of you is like, well, I'm on this path, and and it's like you might be keeping parts of your life like compartmentalized, separated, like, and they really need to like go together, like blend together. See how this is like kind of narrow, even though I said this was like a full spectrum in the beginning, right? But then we have this come out, and look at how wide, and like the colors are more blended. And I feel like this is really how things are supposed to go for you. And maybe not so much like this, how everything's kind of like separated, and like, oh, like this purple doesn't affect this red. Yes, it does. Yes, it does. And they all blend together. And the further out you can see, the more you'll see like the colors blend together, I hope this is making sense to people. But so reach for the stars and reevaluate your priorities. And even if things get you down, make sure that you are keeping your commitments, okay? Because some of these people are going to try to get into your head and say, that what you see Oh, and look at how wide open these eyes are. Look at, they're wide open, and they got this third eye, but they're telling they're telling this individual, no, your eyes aren't really even open. You don't even see things, you know. It's probably, we've been through the same thing. You're probably paranoid, right? You've been with these bad people, or you've had these bad experiences. That's how you and I connected, because we understand each other. And on the bottom of the deck, do what you love and make no judgments. They'll probably judge you. Who cares? I feel like if you're at the point where I'm at, you don't even care anymore. Whatever. That's what they'll choose to do on that Saturday then. They'll just judge you. Fine. But, you're doing other things. You got stuff going on. Keep your commitments. Shoot. Aim for the stars. Strengthen your gifts. And we'll see you next time. Thank you for coming back. And if it was your first time, I hope to see you again.